Hello everyone, Ron and David here, coming to you from our website, astrologynewsreport.com.
Now we look at the upcoming planetary patterns and predictions, what's in store in the heavens for August 3rd to August 10th and beyond.
Venus leaves Gemini and enters Cancer on Friday, August 7th. Venus will join Jupiter and Mercury, already transiting in this sign.
The two main benefic planets of Vedic astrology, Jupiter and Venus, will be together for the rest of August, causing their significations to merge. For instance, Venus's love, Jupiter's beliefs, thus religious devotion. Venus's art, Jupiter's assets, investing in art.
Here's another one. Venus is guidance, Jupiter is wisdom, thus wise counsel. Or Venus is love, Jupiter is opportunity, and so we get opportunity for romance.
But then, as usual, there's the potential for the downside. Venus is pleasure, and Jupiter is expansion, as well as celebration. Therefore, excess, indulgence, waste, and dissipation.
And all of this is in the context of the sign Cancer, for which the moon is the ruling planet. The moon is a tidal planet, always waxing and waning, so we can expect a lot of fluctuation in the mix.
And we must not forget, Venus will still be influenced by Mars and Saturn. The two malefic planets are now transiting in its sign Libra. Therefore, Venus is contaminated. Not a totally benign planet this time around.
Yes, David, that's an important point. Since Venus is the dispositor of two harmful planets, there can be more of the downside of Venus in this combination. Venus, when it behaves badly, becomes selfish, indulgent, and narcissistic.
And now we will go through the zodiac and describe the possible outcomes by way of the house placement of this conjunction for each of the rising signs.
Okay, so starting out with Aries rising, Venus and Jupiter will be transiting in the 4th house, influencing home, comfort, security, domestic life, deep-seated feelings, and relations with your mother. It's a good time to throw a party, but plan it well and don't overdo it. Inviting too many people could spoil the fun. Relations with mother will be more cordial. This would be an appropriate time to buy a new item for the home, a piece of art, or do some redecorating.
For Taurus rising, Venus joins Jupiter in your 3rd house of desires, daily routines, self-efforts, skills, talents, neighbors, and younger siblings. This is not a bad setup for you and what you want to get done. Things should go more easily and smoothly, but watch out for over-the-top cravings, too much partying with the neighbors, or trying to grab more than your fair share. On the plus side, the relationship with your younger sibling will be more positive.
Gemini folks get a boost to their 2nd house of materiality, finances, the family, speech, and food. This ought to be good for your cash flow, but keep in mind that chasing after material satisfaction is another aspect of this transit. This setup encourages excessive acquisitiveness. Relations with family members are generally better, but Jupiter plus Venus in the house of food equals rich, sweet foods, meaning you could go too far at that dinner party and experience the downside of gluttony.
If you were born under the sign of Cancer, your cup truly runneth over and then some. Surely life will seem sweet with kindness and abundance all around, plenty of giving and receiving available. But keep in mind that you are ruled by the moon and easily swayed by influences. This is truly the rose-colored glasses scenario. Social activities, love, humanitarian causes, it's all good, but be careful you don't overextend yourself to the point of exhaustion.
Leos get the Venus-Jupiter combo in their 12th house of expenses, loss, humanitarian acts, unknown people, bed pleasures, and hidden actions. This is a good transit for volunteering, involvement with the disadvantaged, donating to a worthy cause, and so on. But you have to watch out for dissipation in the bedroom. or blowing through your cash on impulse spending. Having two benefics in your 12th house is good for the subconscious mind, sweet dreams, introspection, and meditation. And there's a potential for benefiting from someone who's from another country.
Virgos get the Venus-Jupiter combo in the 11th house of goals, gains, rewards, profits, friends, and older siblings. The profit picture will improve. This transit is a boon to your relationship with friends and older siblings. It's likely that the social calendar gets more crowded for you, but again, the downside is trying to do too much or be overly optimistic about positive outcomes. Keep this in mind.
Libras will have Venus-Jupiter at the zenith of their chart in the 10th house of public actions, reputation, career, and the boss. Normally, it's a very good transit and bodes well for success in your worldly affairs, including dealings with superiors. But Libras are also having that Mars-Saturn conjunction transiting in their 1st house, giving you a lot of forceful energy for self-expression, so just be careful that you don't overplay your hand.
Scorpio rising people will have Venus with Jupiter in the excellent 9th house of good fortune, travel, higher studies, beliefs, father, and the guru. This is a good luck transit. Improves relations with father and guru, and is very favorable for travel. Higher studies or religious practices also benefit. Jupiter with Venus in your 9th house is excellent for putting gold stars on the positive side of the karmic ledger by doing meritorious deeds.
If you are a Sagittarius, Venus and Jupiter will be conjunct in your challenging 8th house of transformations, chronic problems, secret actions, and humiliation. The 8th house is also the house of partners' resources, insurance payouts, inheritance, deep research, and metaphysics. Both Venus and Jupiter are financial planets and thereby benefiting your financial arrangements, partners' wealth, the use of others' money, windfalls, and so forth. On the other hand, the too much of a good thing pattern in your house of clandestine activities could lead you to doing things you really shouldn't do, even to the point of risking humiliation.
For Capricorns, Venus and Jupiter combine in the 7th house of one-on-one relationships, which could be your spouse, business partner, clients, or even a direct opponent. Both benefics here are helpful for the affairs of this house, and as an extra bonus, both planets cast an aspect directly upon your 1st house of self. This brings an abundance of love, pleasurable companionship, expansion in all directions. And as usual, the problem is too much of everything, even glossing over underlying issues or problems. But hey, it's only for 3 weeks, so why not enjoy?
Yes, why not enjoy? Aquarius rising people will experience Venus plus Jupiter in their 6th house of struggle and difficulty, enemies and conflict, health and disease, employment and service. Benefics in this part of the chart are good for dealing with your problems, but in dealing with enemies or difficulties with others, you would lean towards compromise or conciliation, making you vulnerable to a stronger, more demanding opponent. Also, you must be careful of excess consumption of food and drink, which would lead to the health problems that come from indulgence.
Pisces rising people will have Venus and Jupiter together in the positive 5th house of romance, creativity, investments, amusements, and children. Having two benefics transiting here in this part of your chart is wonderful. Your lover and or your children benefit from this combination. But remember our adage of too much of a good thing. That same feel-good factor could lead to a let-them-eat-cake attitude. That is to say, a willful ignorance of real-world problems and suffering.
So, the overall take is that these two planets together give benefits to the area of your chart they transit in, making things go more smoothly, promoting good relationships, and so on.
But there's still the excess factor. That is to say, careful you don't get greedy, indulge, wallow, and otherwise expose yourself to the downside of too much of a good thing.
Indeed. And now we have another item, the full moon, which will be on Sunday, August 10th at 23 degrees Capricorn. The full moon is the culmination of the month's energies, which you may recall started out with the conjunction of the new moon with exalted Jupiter in Cancer.
Supposedly an auspicious month, though with all the killing, disease, and insanity going on around the world, I'm really hoping for some auspicious energy to start flowing now and fast.
All right. Interesting, too, that this full moon will be opposite to the congregation of planets now in Cancer. In other words, the full moon will illuminate all those Cancer planets.
So, what happens?
Well, the full moon is regarded as rather extreme energy. In fact, it is recommended to not begin anything important on a full moon, since the energy, and therefore the outcome, will be hard to control. If, in addition, there are a bunch of planets interacting with the full moon, it just increases the potential for things to get out of control.
I'm Cancer rising. Does that mean I'm going to be more bombastic than usual?
Yeah. I'll be giving you a wide berth next Sunday.
Well, thanks for visiting astrologynewsreport.com.
You can get daily updates by following us on Twitter at Astro News Report.
Now on to segment 3 of this week's show.